What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Aranda here, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be going over the GFS and European models of what to expect for the rest of May and coming into June. Hurricane season officially starts, I believe, Monday. Hurricane season starts Monday, June 1st. And something concerning is starting to show up on the GFS and the European models, which potentially could become a tropical storm and make a landfall right in the eastern part of North Carolina. So that is the kind of a possibility. Definitely want to say it's a high chance because obviously these models can flip back and forth, but definitely it's not a low chance, or I mean, definitely it's not at zero for any of that happening. So I mean, don't be surprised if that actually happens, but then don't be surprised if that don't. Now, regardless, it is pretty cloudy outside today, pretty humid out now. How it feels outside, the reason why I looked, it kind of gives you the feel before like a hurricane or tropical storm is expected to make a landfall or something, like probably like 2-3 days out. But that's kind of how it feels outside. But that's why I looked and I was like, wait, this kind of seemed a little bit suspicious. Now, as we see on, matter of fact, let me go ahead and switch to the GF, make sure this is the correct. So we can go ahead and move forward to about 2 p.m. today. We have a low pressure up there off the northeast, right? Bringing some rain across New York City, Vermont, Maine, those areas. Then also have a lot of showers going across the deep south for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, down into Florida, even into Tennessee and eastern North Carolina. Going to see some showers, potentially according to the GFS. Now, we do have a lot of moisture and some storms out there into the Atlantic, just off the coast of Georgia, bringing a lot of rain down there along the coastline of Florida, just off its coast, right? So let me go ahead and circle that for you guys and move this down a little bit. We're going to circle that in like red so you guys can see. So in this region right here, we have a lot of showers and storms, and then that's the low pressure up there off the northeast. And this area bringing rain across the northeast. So we go ahead and move that forward around 8 p.m. tonight. The low pressure up into the northeast officially starts moving away. And then we also have some more showers still going across the Atlantic, but not really threatening the United States too much. Now, we do have some showers in the northern part of Florida, impacting that Jacksonville, Florida area. Then also going through Tennessee, eastern Mississippi, western Alabama, even into the central part of the state, and also going through Georgia. We have a lot of moisture up here into the northwestern part of the United States, bringing some showers and thunderstorms, potentially some gusty winds, depending on where these storms really set up at. That low pressure is still up there off the northeast, bringing some windy conditions out into the Atlantic by 2 a.m. Tonight. They're also seeing some more showers and thunderstorms going across the central part of the United States and back towards the northwestern part of the United States. Seeing some showers going across Georgia, northeastern Alabama, and north central Alabama, and then also going through most of South Carolina, potentially going to be impacting that Brunswick County area for North Carolina once you cross in from South Carolina. So you move that forward a little bit more. You can see a rain snow mix up to the parts of the northwest part of the United States, but nothing too crazy there. Then also we can still see some showers go through the central part of the United States. Then down into the southeast, some lingering showers, but nothing too crazy there. Move that forward just a little bit more. This is what we got to watch out for. Around June 1st, around 2 a.m., we're starting to see some moisture get going off the coast of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, bringing some showers along the coastline. Potentially some thunderstorms out into the Atlantic just along the coast of those 3 states. Then also seeing some more showers and thunderstorms going across the south central part of the United States, impacting areas like Arkansas, northern Louisiana. Seeing some showers across Mississippi and southern Alabama. And then also can see some showers going across the western part of Texas. Still seeing some showers and thunderstorms potentially up into the north central part of the United States, but nothing too crazy there. Low pressure all the way up into Canada, bringing a rain snow mix just west of it. And then this is where the concerning part is. June 1st by 8 a.m. We got a tropical storm look like sitting off the coast, according to the GFS. This is a GFS. Obviously, it can switch back and forth, so really don't get your hopes up for any of this to really happen. But it is a possibility. Definitely nothing is at zero. We definitely have a low pressure, right? June 1st by 8 a.m. sitting off the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina. In this area, this is definitely either a depression or potentially a tropical storm. And if this does form, this definitely has the potential to be the first tropical storm. Not the potential, it's definitely going to be the first tropical storm of the season, or the first hurricane of the season, and it will be authored first named storm of the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. So this is definitely a possibility that that can happen. But watch what happens as we get move this forward a little bit more. You know, it seems like it pulls away a little bit. You know, it's staying more into the water. Kind of not really a good thing there because it having more time to strengthen. So this is about 2 p.m. We still seeing some showers potentially from this impacting the eastern part of the United States for like eastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina. This coastline seeing some of that. We probably can see some of that down there into the coastal part of Florida, up there near Jacksonville, Florida. So look at that heavy rain right there. Move that forward, pulls away. June 1st, around 8 p.m. It pulls that way, boom. It goes just like that. It pulls away, and it's kind of really don't threaten nobody. Now look, we got something way closer, but more further south, and that's all the way down there near Georgia and Florida kind of area, bringing some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds all the way up to the Carolina coastline. And I'm pretty sure the National Weather Service is watching this closely. This area definitely might be highlighted if this does become reality. Those areas definitely will be having some beach hazards alerts being issued along the coastline of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, even down there into Florida, all the way down there possibly to Miami. We got some moisture down there into the Gulf. But I'm pretty sure their main focus now is this area. Why the GFS is painting something so close to home, and definitely threatening the southeast with possibly a tropical storm. Move that forward a little bit more around 2 a.m. in the morning on the 3rd. This thing starts to get a little bit more intense. So that sits off the coast of South Carolina now and moving a little bit, northeast a little bit. But it's still staying along the coastline. It's not seem like it's doing a drastic pull east. And we also do have a low pressure tries to get going in the Gulf down there. So we really got to watch that as well. But this one is the main threat because it's really close to home. Bringing some gusty winds along that South Carolina coastline a little bit. Could see some breezy conditions up here in eastern North Carolina, probably around that Wilmington area. Could see some some gusty conditions especially along the beach areas. Further inland, it might be a little breezy, and further northeast, it might be a little breezy, except for the Outer Banks. The waves might be chopping out there, so I would not be surprised, again, if the National Weather Service issues some hazardous beach statements. Now, around the 2nd, if this does become happening, I would not be surprised if, Georgia, the coastline of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, even probably eastern Florida, get put on the tropical storm watches, or if the National Weather Service or the Hurricane Center get confident that this might happen, definitely might issue most of us under tropical storm warnings, depending on what your status and what you might get out of this system if this does happen. Again, this is a potential, definitely not a high chance set in stone that this will make a landfall, but definitely not at zero that this won't make a landfall. Again, these are computer models. They're going to definitely go back and forth. But we move that forward a little bit more. 8 a.m. around June 3rd. We've seen some strong gusty winds along the coastline of North Carolina. Like, those winds are really strong, even up there near the Outer Banks, bringing some heavy rainfall, moderate to heavy rainfall in some areas. Let's see, the areas that will be impacted is in the entire Outer Banks, through New Bern, through Morehead City, through Swansboro, through Jacksonville, through Wilmington. Pender County can get up in some of that as well. We could see some breezy conditions all the way inland, as far inland as the Triangle around Raleigh, Durham. They might not see much rain, but it could be some breezy conditions up there, even impacting areas like Wake Forest, Nightdale, Apex, and probably Cary. Regardless, you might see some breezy conditions going across North Carolina and South Carolina in general, possibly down there in Georgia as well. But the main threat will be obviously the coastal part of the state, obviously because where it sits. So we move that forward a little bit more, and then boom, look at that nasty tropical storm potentially approaching a hurricane status. Like, I'm not even joking right now, y'all. At 2 p.m. on the 3rd, makes a landfall, or almost makes a landfall for North Carolina. Now, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a landfall. Is a landfall in the models. But look, that is bringing some intense winds, some intense rain, all the way through eastern North Carolina. So again, the Outer Banks is getting ripped right. If this does happen around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you're getting ripped in the Outer Banks. Going through New Bern, going through Greenville, going down through Morehead City, going down there as getting through Jacksonville, getting through Wilmington. And it possibly going to work its way more inland around this time frame. Now, this is when it probably could start impacting the Triangle a little bit more with some gusty winds, some rain. The problem is, hopefully this don't get too strong if it does decide to make a landfall and go straight inland and go straight west, because, I-40 is still being rebuilt for Tennessee and North Carolina area from Hurricane Helene. Everybody know about Hurricane Helene. There's so many documentaries on it. That was a historic hurricane that messed up the western part of North Carolina and eastern part of Tennessee. That was like what, last year. So that was a devastating hurricane. They're still recovering to this day. I think it's some of the damage. I think it's cost over $2 billion. So yeah, that's a lot. But hopefully that don't go that far and then bring a tense rain over there, because that really gonna put the infrastructure to the test, and they are still working on it. So I mean, yeah, that's gonna definitely be a problem. So we move that forward, and this is where things get even more, a little bit more intense around the evening time as usual, when storms really like making landfall, well, getting more worse at night. Along Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, if it decides to make a landfall. 8 p.m. on June 3rd. We sitting here with a strong tropical storm, potentially a Cat 1 hurricane, just slashing through, Wilmington. Jacksonville is getting ripped pretty hard with a lot of, rain. This definitely has a chance to drop a couple of inches of rain in a matter of hours. Going through New Bern, going through the Outer Banks, going through Greenville, Morehead City. So I'm telling you guys, if you guys can see the circle of these lines, that's some strong, intense winds. Just wrapping around us, keep going and going and going. It sits there. And then, about 2 a.m. on June 4th, we still seeing some, some lighter rain. It started to weaken, get some lighter rain down there, around Wilmington, Jacksonville area. But we still seeing some strong winds, low pressure is sitting right off the coast. So maybe almost a little Bay Area, maybe down there near Wilmington. Just sitting off the Carolinas, bringing some intense rain and wind up there along the Virginia and North Carolina state line for the eastern part. Yeah, we seen the winds getting whipped up all the way up into the mid-Atlantic. And then, we still seeing some gusty winds along the coastline of North Carolina, even down there in South Carolina. Still seeing some strong rain and wind up there off of maybe Virginia Beach. But for the most part, that low pressure is sitting off the coast. And, it just dies off and goes away. Now we do see some moisture get going, impacting areas of Louisiana, eastern Texas, even Mississippi. But for the most part, not really concerned there. But regardless, the main threat now, because we are just a few days out, and see we see something else. Low pressure, we get some showers and thunderstorms go across the state. Now this might have potential to be something else tropical up there, but it seems like it's not going to impact really anybody. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we have some showers and thunderstorms go across, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, even northern Mississippi, down through Alabama. But it tries to pop a low pressure in this area right here, but it seems like you don't get that, much energy to, become something tropical. Definitely got to watch out what this does down there. That keeps showing up in these models. But regardless, this main threat, again, now I'll go back over it at the end of the video, is this, that we definitely could see a tropical storm. It's definitely not ruled out, but it's definitely not set in stone. So don't go around and say, oh, all right, they say there's going to be a tropical storm that impacting the Carolinas and Virginia on the 3rd. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a possibility. It's just something you're going to have to watch out for, because there is a potential that could happen. Definitely the chance is not 0, but the chance is definitely not at high set in stone. Unless the National Hurricane Center, the Hurricane Center, says that this is actually going to happen. Pretty sure they're watching this, or then your local National Weather Service is starting to point out this could happen. Then that's when you should, but make sure you are making preparations now. Regardless, hurricane season again starts on the 1st, and the 3rd is trying to show something, crazy. Now, obviously, what's been happening down there in Florida with potentially a landfall that the models were showing, going over Cuba and then Florida, obviously you can switch back and forth like it did. But so this could definitely just be a surprise run. But definitely don't rule this out, because if you don't know, Eastern North Carolina weather in general is unpredictable for the most part, because you never know what you're going to get. Say it's going to be sunny, like in the wintertime, say it's going to be sunny, and boom, you get hit with a snowstorm out of the blue. In the wintertime, say, oh, it's sunny all day, and boom, there's a tornado about 5 minutes from your house. I mean, North Carolina has some unpredictable weather. I'm pretty sure most people heard about that. You don't know what's ever going to happen. So you can go ahead and move into about, 2 p.m. this afternoon. We do have some showers and thunderstorms going off the southeast, not the southeast, the southeast for Florida, with some showers going across the deep south. About the same thing, got that low pressure up there into the northeast, bringing some rain, possibly some gusty winds in some areas to the northeast, but then that starts pulling away. We got to watch this right here. That energy right there could become some little tropical a little bit as it pulls away, but not threatening the United States. High pressure over the Outer Banks around 5 p.m. for the 31st. We have some showers and thunderstorms going across, you know, the deep south and the southeast, going across South Carolina, entire state of Georgia, entire state of Florida, entire state of Alabama, northern Mississippi. Possibly going to start impacting that Jackson area. Maybe that could happen. Even going through northern Louisiana. Got some showers and thunderstorms up into the northwestern part of the United States. Move that forward. Just get a little bit intense right there in that area. Move that forward a little bit. Boom, we got a low pressure around the first. So same area the GFS is showing. Kind of same time frame. So something like the European and GFS is kind of linking up with each other. Like, hey, something surprising can happen around this time frame. You know, we can see some heavy rainfall along the coastline of South Carolina, coastline of North Carolina, even far inland as maybe Fayetteville. We can see some intense rain. Then boom, a lot of that heavy rain do stay off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. Well, mainly South Carolina. And kind of near North Carolina, that Wilmington area. But for the most part, low pressure sitting all the way back near Georgia, though. We got a lot of intense rain, you know, in this area. Gusty winds. So that's definitely a possibility. The National Weather Service do issue something, you know, for the beaches. Kind of watch out for that moisture down there. Seems like it does pull away a little bit. Now, what happens after that? Can't tell you. But around the 3rd, around the same time, we're trying to show, you know, a tropical storm making landfall, or potentially a Cat 1 hurricane ripping through eastern North Carolina and South Carolina, and potentially Virginia. It does show something, and it does try to make a landfall up there near the Outer Banks. It's a little further north for the Carolinas. Try to keep most of us dry. The Outer Banks definitely have some choppy waves if they don't even make a landfall, because, you know, they're 6 out from the state. But it does try to show something get going, but it's a lot further north, and it tries to keep it off its coast and pulls away. So that's just a possibility. So both models are showing something get going off the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina. But I don't know if that high pressure has something to do with it to keep that from actually happening. But regardless, you know, the high pressure set up right over western North Carolina where Helene actually impacted. So, I mean, we can go ahead and hop back to the GFS before I wrap this video up and just show you guys that this is something you're just going to really have to watch out for. Let's go ahead and start off around, you know, 8 p.m. on the 2nd. You know, got that low pressure, got some strong winds, rain getting going across, you know, the coastline of Georgia, northern Florida. Boom. We get him going. He's still getting some more stronger gusty winds, even far inland, possibly as Atlanta could see some breezy conditions around, you know, 2 a.m. in the morning. We're seeing some heavy rainfall just off its coast of Georgia, South Carolina, even North Carolina, and North Florida, northeastern Florida. Sorry about that. Then we move that forward about 2 a.m. Still sitting there, and I think my keyboard is not working. Give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Alright, I got it to work. So we move that forward a little bit. Again, look, we've seen that rain get a little bit more intense around 8 a.m. in the morning. Across, you know, eastern areas, North Carolina. Boom, starting trying to make a landfall. You know, around 2 p.m. So definitely, and then boom, 8 p.m. starts getting nasty outside. Just straight up nasty. Then boom, it moves away, not like it ain't do nothing. So definitely something got to watch out for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time your boy upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys will, stay safe out there. And it's your boy, Aronde, out.